If you enjoy powerful, emotional stories like this one, don't forget to hit the subscribe button on my channel and join our community for more dramatic and inspiring life stories. It was supposed to be the happiest day of my life, the day where love was promised, where family gathered, and where a future together was sealed with vows. But instead, it became the day I lost everything. My name is Michael, 31 years old, a quiet guy who never made much of a fuss. I was the dependable one, the one people could rely on. I thought that's what made me a good partner, a good man. But that same trust, that same calm, would be used against me in the most devastating way. The church was full of light. Stained glass windows painted soft colors over the rows of polished pews. Family and friends filled every seat. The scent of fresh flowers floated in the air. My fiancée, Emily, was in the back, preparing to walk down the aisle. Or at least, that's what I believe. I stood at the altar, my palms sweating inside my suit pockets, heart pounding with nervous joy. This was the moment, the beginning of forever. But whispers began spreading through the crowd. Heads turned. The murmur grew louder, uneasy. At first, I thought it was just nerves. Until I saw it, the side doors opening. And Emily, not in her wedding gown, not glowing with excitement. She was in jeans, her hair a mess, her face streaked with mascara. She was holding hands with someone else. Not just someone else. My best friend, David. The silence that followed was deafening. My chest tightened as if a fist had clenched around my heart. Emily looked at me, guilt and defiance mixing in her eyes. David avoided my stare. "I can't do this, Michael," she said, her voice trembling but loud enough for everyone to hear. "I don't love you. I love him." Gasps echoed. My mother covered her mouth. My father stiffened, rage flashing in his eyes. My little sister shook her head in disbelief. And me, I stood frozen, my world collapsing right there in front of everyone I knew. The betrayal didn't just slice, it gutted. Years of love, plans, late-night talks, and sacrifices, all gone. And worse, it wasn't done in private. It was a performance, a humiliation. The pastor cleared his throat awkwardly, trying to salvage order. Guests shifted uncomfortably in their seats. My mind spun, grasping for something solid, something real. "Why today?" I managed to whisper, my voice breaking. "Why here?" Emily's lips quivered. "Because if I didn't say it now, I'd live a lie. And I can't marry you when my heart belongs to him." My knees almost buckled. I wanted to scream, to curse, to collapse. But all I could do was stand there, trapped in a nightmare that everyone was watching unfold. My mother rushed to my side, her hands gripping my arm. "Michael, let's go," she whispered. "You don't have to stay here another second." But I couldn't move. Not yet. I needed to hear it from him. From David. "Tell me," I said, turning to my best friend, the man who'd stood by me since middle school, the man I trusted with everything. "Tell me this isn't true." He finally looked up, shame flickering in his eyes. "I'm sorry, Mike," he said. "I never meant for it to happen. But I love her." Each word was a dagger. The church walls seemed to close in. My breaths came short, ragged. My heart screamed that this wasn't real, but the evidence was holding hands right in front of me. I walked out that day, not as a groom, not as a man about to start his life, but as someone stripped bare in front of everyone. My reputation, my pride, my trust, it all burned in that church. For days after, I couldn't eat, couldn't sleep. Every corner of my house reminded me of her. Every photo frame was a punch in the gut. I avoided calls, ignored messages. My phone buzzed endlessly. Friends, relatives, even Emily trying to explain. But what explanation could make sense of betrayal like that? Then came the videos. Someone had recorded the entire scene in the church and posted it online. Overnight, my humiliation became viral entertainment. Comments flooded in, strangers mocking me, dissecting my pain, debating whether Emily was brave or cruel. I became a meme, a punchline. The internet has a way of making wounds bleed longer than they should. Each view, each comment, was a reminder that my heartbreak wasn't private anymore. It belonged to the world. But rock bottom has a strange way of showing you who you really are. After weeks of drowning in shame, something inside me hardened. I realized, Emily and David had stolen my wedding, my dignity, but they wouldn't steal my future. I cut them both out, deleted every trace, blocked every number. When Emily tried to show up at my door, sobbing about regret, I didn't answer. When David sent an email saying he wanted to make things right, I deleted it. Because some things aren't forgivable. Some betrayals mark you too deeply. Instead, I focused on me. Therapy became my anchor. Running cleared my head. I poured myself into work, into rebuilding. Slowly, the whispers died down. The stares faded. People moved on. But I didn't forget. Months later, I got invited to another wedding, my cousin's. At first, I almost declined. The thought of standing standing in a church again, of hearing vows, felt unbearable. But something inside told me I had to go, that it was time to face it. When the bride walked down the aisle, glowing with joy, I didn't feel bitterness. I felt peace. Their happiness didn't threaten me. It reminded me that love, real love, still existed. That what happened to me said more about Emily and David than it did about me. That day, I smiled. For the first time in months, genuinely. So here's the truth. Betrayal can shatter you. It can strip away everything you thought you knew. But it can also rebuild you into someone stronger, someone sharper, someone who refuses to be defined by other people's cruelty. Emily and David. They're just a story people whisper about now. Their romance, born in deceit, already crumbles under the weight of guilt and mistrust. Me, I'm still standing, still here. And one day, I'll stand at another altar, not broken, not humiliated, but proud. Because this time, it'll be with someone who chooses me without hesitation. And that's the ending I'm writing for myself. Sometimes the most painful betrayals are the ones that free you. Free you from lies, from the wrong people, from the life you were never meant to live. What feels like an ending is often just the brutal beginning of something better.